All right, good morning, everyone. We're going to give it a few minutes while everybody joins us here for the meeting. All right, welcome, welcome. If you will please put your name and where you are joining us from in the chat. We'd love to see who's going to be on the call today. All right, first one I see is Denver. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to get. All right, all right, welcome South Carolina, Minneapolis, Massachusetts, Florida, Massachusetts, Minneapolis. Oh, we have strong showing from Minneapolis and Massachusetts. San Antonio, oh, we got our Texas. Texas is in the house. Fantastic. All right, we're going to give it just a minute or two more because people are still coming, are joining us. So we'll get started in just a minute. Oh, we got some Illinois and North Carolina, New Jersey. Fantastic. All right. Oh. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started so that we can respect your time and make sure that you guys get back to your normally scheduled programs. So thank you so much for being with us today. My name is Harmony Woodman, and I am your U.S. Core Director. That means that I have the privilege of serving all of the company-owned regions here in the United States and all of our teams. So I am excited to talk to you guys today about Restart the USA. Hopefully you've already had an opportunity to start hearing about it from your director consultants or some of the other members in your chapter, because we are incredibly excited about the program. First, I just want to say congratulations and welcome to all of our new leadership team members. We are grateful that you are here. We're grateful that you went through training. We appreciate your leadership. We appreciate your support for your members, and we look forward to working with you. So I know that a lot of you just finished your leadership team training and you are incredibly excited. I know that when I went through my first leadership team training, it was probably almost 10 years ago now, that when I got done and I was getting ready to take over my president role, I was incredibly excited. I had so many ideas of all the things that I wanted to be able to do for the chapter and the ways that I wanted to work with the chapter, that I was almost overwhelmed by the amount of ideas I had and what to do first. And so really Restart the USA is our opportunity to help you get a fast start, because we know that you need to learn your role and you're working through goal planning and you have all of the things that that are going on about the way you want to support the chapter. And so what we've tried to do is help you with that. As you're looking at your goal planning and you're needing and looking to choose your first mechanism that or growth accelerator that you're going to choose to support your chapter through October, November, December, we've made it easy and given you a few options to choose from. That's going to allow you to get a fast start without having to spend too much time really planning those out or trying to create them yourself. So why are we doing this? Because we want to positively impact our communities and our members. We want more referral partners for all of our members, because that means that every member will have an equal opportunity for success. We want to give back to all of the members and the communities that have helped us and allow us to restart the US. So how are we going to do it? So here is our Select Your Restart the USA strategy. And really what this is that you guys just went through leadership team training. You got to hear about goal planning, and I'm sure that you're working through your goal planning with your chapters and with your director consultant. And so what we're going to do is help you with your Q4 initiatives. And so we want you to, if you are a leadership team member, we want you to pick your growth accelerator event from one of 3 that we're going to talk about in a few minutes. And that's going to allow you to know what it is you're going to do over the next few months to help your chapter grow, to help your businesses grow, and to have a positive impact on the businesses and the communities in your area. So we're going to ask you to set a goal for how many businesses your chapter is going to help in 2020, in Q4. We're going to want you to choose the date or the time period by which you're going to do your growth accelerator event. And we want you to communicate with your chapter and director about the event. If you are a member who's joining us today, we're going to want you to get trained on the Growth Accelerator event that your leadership team has chosen. And we want you to begin inviting the local businesses and nonprofits that are going to help you reach your goal and help you support your local community. And so we have a couple ways we're going to do that. So we're calling this the Restart the US Fill initiatives. And so what are they? They are growth accelerators that are designed to help you grow your referral network and increase your referral partners. We're doing it because we want every member in BNI to have an equal opportunity for success. And we want to make sure that we are helping our communities that have felt so many obstacles throughout this year really be able to end the year strong and end the year with hope for the future in 2021. So how are we going to do it? Each of your chapters is going to choose one of 3 growth accelerator events. We have a BNI Visitors Day, a BNI game, or a contact sphere focused inviting challenge. When you choose which one of these fits your chapter, you are going to use this QR code right here on the screen, and you are going to fill out just a contact form letting us know what event you've chosen and who the best contact person in your chapter is. Now, for those of you that do not normally use QR codes, all you have to do is pull out your phone and go to your camera app and just hold it up, and it'll link you right to the form. Now, the reason that you're going to want to go ahead and fill out this form is because when you do, it'll allow us to provide you as much support as possible for your chapter to be successful in their event. Because what we want to be able to do is provide you education moments that'll help with your chapter. We want to provide you any documents that we have. We want to provide you networking tips. We want to provide you outreach tips. We want to make sure that you have everything you need. Invite you to growth webinars, invite you to success webinars so that you have what you need to be successful in growing your businesses and positively impacting your community. The other thing that we are doing throughout Q4 is that we have waived all application fees from now until December 31st, 2020. And we're doing that because we want you to be able to have that positive impact. And we know one of the best ways to do that is to waive that application fee. We are also allowing each and every chapter to award 1 seat under the nonprofit category, a 1-year free membership. And so we want to help not only the businesses in the community, but the nonprofits that we know have also struggled throughout 2020. And the way that we can do that is by giving them a network of business owners to work with throughout the next year. And so in terms of retention, we are really focusing on filling your chapters and retention because we know that that's going to give your business the best opportunity for success. And we know it'll make the biggest difference for your communities. And so in terms of retention, what are we really doing? Well, we're looking at increased networking and brainstorming activities. We want to make sure that we have as many opportunities as possible available to you to help you get a positive return on your investment and to really see business growth. We know that typically only 65% of our long-term members and 50% of our first-year members choose to renew. We know that that means that every time somebody chooses not to renew, you've lost a referral partner. And so we want to increase the odds of those people renewing. We want to increase your ability to keep your long-term referral partners. So the activities that we have in place to support all of our members and having some additional networking opportunities are a national and regional speed networking events. We have new member onboarding webinars twice a month. And we have a new event that we are offering. It's going to be called Collaborate with Colleagues for Success. And what this is going to do, it's going to take 30 members of a similar business across the country. It's a non-competitive environment. So basically our goal is to take, say it's 30 printers and put them all in a meeting together. We want to share success stories. We want to share challenges. We want to be able to have the opportunity to brainstorm what are the best practices to help you succeed, because we want to give every member the same opportunity for success. We have lots of support. So your national speed networking and your regional speed networking, those dates are always available on your regional calendar. Your new member onboarding webinars, those dates are always available on your regional calendar as well. And then finally, the Collaborate with Colleagues for Success. Those dates and times are forthcoming, but you will also see those available on your regional calendar so that you always know what's available and when you can plug into those events when it's convenient for you and for your schedule. So in terms of what special promotions do we have to help renewing members? Well, we have extended the Hardship program. So anyone that is renewing October 1st, November 1st, or December 1st has an opportunity to apply for the Hardship program. And what this does is you apply for the Hardship program if you're unable to pay for your renewal because you've experienced challenges as a result of all of the obstacles we faced in 2020. And if you're approved, you will get a 3-month extension to your renewal. The way that you're going to be able to apply for the Hardship program is on your regional website page. You're going to look for the link that says Member and Leadership Team Resources. And when you click on that link, it'll take you to a new page, and there is another link for Hardship application. You just click on that and fill it out, and then the operations team will review the applications. They will award the 3-month extensions and let you know that the 3-month extension has been awarded. We also have flexible payment options available. So we have PayPal credit with 6-month interest-free payment options available to all of our renewing members. And so how are we going to accomplish each of these things? So we talked about the nonprofit seat. And so every chapter has an opportunity to gift a 1-year free membership to a nonprofit or chamber of commerce in their chapter. And so we want to make sure that we're supporting our local communities. It is important to us, and this is one way that we can do it. And so we're asking all of the chapters to reach out to either a 501c3 or a 501c6 and invite them to your chapter. So the way that you guys can do this in your chapters is you can either include them as part of your Visitors Day if you're doing that event, or you could conduct a nonprofit stack day so that everybody has an opportunity to invite. Any nonprofits and or Chamber of Commerce that are interested, simply apply to the chapter. The membership committee follows the exact same process that they would for any other application, and they do their due diligence and determine which member and is the best fit for the chapter. So for the nonprofits, you do want to make sure that they have the 501c3 or 501c6 status, because we want to make sure that we are gifting the membership to the right organization. The nonprofits can put members in multiple chapters. So if you find a nonprofit that has 3 or 4 people, that would be fine if they went into 3 or 4 different chapters, as long as those members were good members to the chapters. We do want to make sure, though, that if you're talking nonprofit or a chamber of commerce, whatever the case may be, that the members are actually employees of the nonprofit or the chamber. We don't want the volunteers necessarily to be the members, because they tend to change a lot, and we want to make sure that the people are committed to being positive referral partners. I will say some of the success we've seen with the nonprofits and other chapters is that these nonprofits know sometimes they're the best inviters, and they're the best at making introductions to people in the chapter, because they know a ton of different people. And so they're really able to invite to the chapter and help all of the members build their referral network. And so we want to continue that. We want to foster those relationships and really help all of our communities rebuild after this year. So our growth mechanism, our growth accelerators. So we've talked about, we're going to ask each of the chapters to choose a growth accelerator. Now, the reason we've done this is you guys have you're working through your goal planning, and there are so many different events that you could choose here through Q4, but we wanted to make it easy. Here are the 3 that you can choose from, and that we can support you with, so that not only will you have your director consultants supporting you each and every week and through their director visits, but you're also going to get additional support through education moments and webinars and documents that can help you guys. So clearly the Visitors Day is one of the Growth Accelerator events you can pick. It is a time-proven 6-week event to help you grow your referral partner network. I would say this is great for the chapters that really want that want to grow in one day by a lot of members. Generally, these events, new chapters are able to induct 5 to 10 additional members into their chapter in one day as a result of these events. In addition, these are very structured events, and they support chapters that want the step-by-step process. We will have a weekly call that is just for event coordinators in chapters for Visitors Days to support them through the event. And those will be starting on Monday, October 19th, and they will be at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So we also have just the sample outline of what the process looks like. And all of these documents will be available after our meeting today. The BNI game is our second Growth Accelerator event. And so the BNI game, in my opinion, is great if your chapter loves competition. So if you have a lot of people in your chapter who are super competitive, then this may be the Growth Accelerator for you, because you guys get to choose your teams, you get to choose your team names and your captains, you record points. The chapters that have done this the most successfully have a ton of fun with the BNI game. They have competitions in between the chapters, or in between their teams. The teams sometimes will all dress up the same, or all wear the same color, or all use the same backgrounds, or whatever the case may be, but they find lots of ways to make every meeting fun and engaging. But really what they're doing is they're tracking the results of what these teams create. You're creating accountability partners and support partners and education partners inside the chapters so that you're all working towards the same results. And so you can see we have a scorecard and a points template available. And so basically you can see you can get a point for on-time arrival, or a point for qualified visitors in an open category. New qualified referral gets 5 points. So you're just tracking the activities that we're all generally engaged in anyways. We're putting some extra emphasis on it so that we can be successful and grow our referral networks and really make a positive outcome. And the final Growth Accelerator event that you could choose to use in your chapter here is the Contact Sphere Challenge. And what this does is it really takes a look at who are the members in your chapter, what contact sphere are they a part of, and which contact spheres need the most support. And so as a reminder, here's an example of the contact spheres. So you can see a contact sphere could be events, or the marketing services, or business services. And so what we know is that when a contact sphere has 5 to 8 members, that's when the chapters are most successful. When you can have every contact sphere have at least 5 to 8 members, then you're setting your chapter up for success, and you're supporting as many businesses as you possibly can. Excuse me. But what we also know is that if you have a full marketing services and a full real estate and a full trades contact sphere, but in the events context where you only have a photographer, then that photographer is probably unlikely to stay, because they need the people in their contact sphere to help support their business the most. And so then you would look at your chapter and say, okay, where are we? What is our opportunity here to create the most success for our members? And where do we need to focus our inviting? And so with these types of events, you can certainly plan contact spheres, stack days based on the contact sphere, so that you can fill in those gaps that you see in your chapter. And you're really supporting the members in your chapter, and you are letting them know that they are important and that you want them to stay. And so how are we going to do this? So again, we're going to come back to the screen we started with. If you are on a leadership team, you are going to help pick the Growth Accelerator for your chapter. You're going to help set the goal for how many businesses your chapter will help in 2020. You're going to choose the date and the time period when you're going to run the Growth Accelerator event. You're going to communicate with your chapter and your director about the Growth Accelerator and about your goal, and really work together to create those results. And if you're a member, you're going to get trained on your Growth Accelerator event your leadership team is chosen. And you're going to help by beginning to invite your local businesses and the nonprofits that you want to help. Because our goal is to make every chapter stronger, make every business stronger, and make every community stronger, so that we can leave 2020 better than where we found it, despite all of the obstacles that we faced this year. All right, so I am going to take a look at the questions. So I'm going to do the best I can to get through all the questions. If I miss anything, please feel free to type it in again. I'm going to do my best to get through all of them. So if you already have a nonprofit, do they not pay renewal this year? So in terms of nonprofits, if you currently have a nonprofit in your chapter and you would like to offer that that one-year membership to them, speak with your director consultant, because we can take care of that. Some chapters have spoken with the nonprofit that's in their chapter, and they've all decided that they would like to offer that seat to a Chamber of Commerce. So instead of giving it to the current member, they've decided a Chamber of Commerce would benefit all of them, because they would have another referral partner with the potential for additional invitations. It's a chapter level decision, what you want to do. Just know that that's available as well. is the PayPal financing offer ongoing or Q4 only? So the goal will be that PayPal financing will be ongoing, but I don't have final confirmation of that. When does the nonprofit start? So it's in place right now, and we have until 12/31/20 to be able to gift a membership for a nonprofit. And I appreciate you guys being patient. I'm trying to read through these while I do it. Can we get the slides to use in our planning meeting? Absolutely. So we will email out all of the slides after the meeting today. I will be happy to do that. Joanna asked, do all businesses fit into these 6 contact spheres? No, they don't. This is just an idea of what the contact spheres can look like. There can be additional contact spheres. That's just a basic form to help us use. Yes, the slides will be available. So there is a chapter, it looks like they are in the middle of the growth accelerator number 3, so the contact sphere, and they're using a reward system. Every name and address is submitted, gets a point, and if the person attends, the BNI member gets 2 more points. At the end of the stack day, all names will be entered into a drawing and someone will win $25. I think that's fantastic. It's a great way to keep up the energy and keep up the excitement. Do you have our emails to forward to? Yes, I have your emails because when you registered for the event, it tells me I get a list of attendees. Has the BNI considered adapting the meeting format to better accommodate the online format? We actually have a whole team of people that are now working on the BNI online meeting, and they are actually looking at ways to adapt the meeting for an online format. So yes, absolutely, we're looking at that. 3-month extension doesn't mean 3 free months. Well, perhaps the language is confusing, but it does. We do mean 3 free months. We're going to extend the membership at no cost for 3 months. And then at the end of that time, you'll have your general renewal will be up again. How do we help a member set up the flexible payments? When you go into the payment options and you choose other, they will be redirected to the PayPal and they'll have an option to do it. It's all through the system. And if you need more support than that, submit a ticket to the Zendesk option, which again is through your regional website under the meeting and leadership team tab, and then under there you'll have an option to submit a support ticket. Off topic, any idea of returning meeting back to in-person? I actually do not. Our global leadership team has not approved us to return to in-person meetings at this time. I know that they are continuing to evaluate every day whether meeting back in person will be available to us. At this time, it has not been approved. But although off topic, I appreciate it. I understand. And I continue to ask the same question. So thank you for asking. Where do we find the regional calendar? Sure. So if you go to your regional webpage, so if you are in, let's say, the Delaware Valley region, your regional webpage would be www.bnidvr.com. And on there, it's going to say events or events calendar. And all you have to do is click on that, and that will give you the monthly calendar, and it will list everything that is available for you to register for. What is the mechanism for putting a nonprofit in with no fee? Does our membership just approve the app and then send a note? Okay, absolutely. So technical question on how do you actually get the free membership for the nonprofit? Great question. So what each chapter is going to do is once you've approved the application, you are going to submit a ticket to the Zendesk. So again, you're going to go onto your regional website, go under the member and leadership team resources. You'll get the opportunity to submit a question. You're going to let the operations team know your chapter name, the name of the member that has been approved in the system for the nonprofit seat, and you're going to need to submit a copy of the 501c3 or 501c6 confirmation so that we know, and then they will let the system know not to bother the new applicant for the payment, and then they will reconcile the person in the system and they'll become a new member. And so we will send out those instructions as well. That's just a quick overview. Is there marketing collateral for the Wave new app fee? I do have a couple PDFs I can send you that go through what the special promotions are. So I'll be happy to send those out after the fact. Is the presentation going to be shared with us after the meeting? Yes, absolutely. We will email it out. We will make it available. All right, we found the event calendar. Woohoo! I assume you meant to say hardship renewals from October 1st through December 31st, correct? Not just those renewing on, well, there's only renewal dates inside the system are the first of each month. Those are actually your renewal dates. So October 1st through December 31st is correct, but really their renewal dates are just October 1st, November 1st, or December 1st. What about Chamber of Commerce members? Are they eligible? You said employees, but didn't mention the actual members themselves. So they will be representing the actual Chamber of Commerce. And so rather than a Chamber of Commerce member, which could be any business, I would recommend that it be an employee of the Chamber of Commerce because they are the ones that are focused on supporting the Chamber of Commerce and the Chamber of Commerce success. Will the PowerPoint be made available? Yep, absolutely, I can do that. Is the PayPal for 6 months available for new members too, or just renewing members? Currently, the PayPal is only available for renewing members as an option for current members. Appreciate you guys being patient. I am trying to get through all the questions. It just takes me a minute. Is there a webinar for the Contact Sphere Challenge? There is not there is a separate webinar that is just to support all three growth accelerators, and it will talk about how do you invite, how do you identify to invite, how do you identify who's in your contact sphere, and those are, I believe they are Tuesdays at 2 p.m., but I would double check your events calendar. We selected October 22nd for our visitor days. Does that count, or is that date before the kickoff date? October 22nd is perfectly fine for your visitors day. You just want to go ahead and fill out the form and let us know, and then we can give you the support that you need for both before the visitors day, how to prep for it, a agenda that we've seen be most successful in an online format, and then some follow-up techniques. So if you've already selected your date, that's perfect. Just fill out the form and let us know, and we'll give you the support we can. Will there ever be any other payment options other than PayPal? Dustin, we are working very hard actually to try and create some other payment options. Both of our IT team and our financial team is working to create other payment options. We don't have them currently, but I'm hopeful that in 2021 we'll see that change. What is a stack day? Great question. So a stack day is when the entire chapter focuses on inviting one or two professions solely. So you would pick, sometimes people will do a stack day just for, say, the chiropractic seat. And so everybody in the chapter invites a chiropractor to come that day. And what it really does is it creates excitement. You get a lot of people in the room, but it also creates a sense of urgency with all the visitors because they see all of the chiropractors in the room. They see that this group is really interested in doing business with the chiropractor, and it helps them to feel the urgency to really apply for the chapter and to know that this is a group of people that are looking to help them. Can you have multiple growth accelerators by group, or only one is selected by the leadership team? So I think you could do multiple growth accelerator events. I would say you probably would need to do them at different times. So I wouldn't try and run multiple growth accelerator events all at one time. If your leadership team and your chapter really thought you could do that, you could, but I would recommend maybe if you want to do like a contact sphere challenge in November, and then you want to do the BNI game in December, I think that would work. In the targeted contact sphere option, is there just one day for each category, 3 separate days, or one for all? For the contact sphere challenge, we're actually recommending that you do two inviting events each month, so you would do 6 total. And I think that you could choose, I would choose between 1 and 3 professions that you're looking for on those days. And so you could assign, a third of the chapter to one profession, a third to another, and a third to the final. But it's really up to your chapter to kind of decide how you want to run it. We're just giving recommendations. Are you suggesting assigning 3 different event coordinators, 1 for each contact sphere? No, you would still have 1 event coordinator who is running the entire event. I will send you all of this information in the templates, absolutely. Is there an online visitor package with the new BNI logo explaining BNI, like a brochure with the online application process and link? So great question. We actually do have some visitor package information that's being put together. It doesn't have just the online application process and link, because those are, you do want to give the one that's specific for your chapter to make it the easiest. But we do have some new information coming out with the link, with the logo and explaining BNI. It's a one-pager. So as soon as those are available, you guys will have access to those, probably on both BNI University and via email. Can you repeat the link to the regional calendar, please? So it depends on what region you're in, because everybody's in a different region on the call today. So my example was, if you happen to be in the Delaware Valley region, then your regional website is www.bnidvr.com. If you are in Miami, then it would be www.bnimiami.com. So depends on your region, but it's generally just BNI and then the name of the region.com. Can the nonprofit be an existing member? They can. They can absolutely be an existing member. If I could send you some creative ideas for prizes. We currently have a team competition for bringing in visitors with a monetary prize, but it's not getting the desired results. All right, so I think that what I've seen the best in terms of the inviting is really where there's a small prize each week or some small recognition each week versus just a prize at the end of the game. And so one of the things I've seen that actually has been the most successful in chapters is not necessarily the prize for the top team, but it's more of the consequence, maybe for lack of a better word, for the team that is losing. And so if you're in the bottom, then you're going to have to do some unwanted prize. And so then everybody, even if you're not at the top, you're really trying hard to not be at the bottom. And so you're getting great results from there. And I've seen lots of chapters have a lot of fun with it. One of the chapters that I can think of, their name is Outlook to Success. And one year they had, and this was back when we were meeting in person, but it was a great idea, was if you were on the team that was losing, was not in first place, then you had to act as the lunch lady for the chapter. So you had to get all the other members their coffee, you had to clean up after the fact. So you didn't want to be the chapter in last place because you didn't want to have that. So I know that we are past time. We're actually at 10:33. I am going to continue to try and answer questions for a few minutes, but for those of you that need to get on to your next appointment, I certainly understand. Please feel free to move on to your next appointment. I appreciate your time. Thank you for being with us today. We do have 2 more of these scheduled for tomorrow and Wednesday, so if you have members that you'd like to have jump on to get the information, please have them register for those events. So thank you so much for being here today. I will stay on for a few more minutes and try and cover a couple more questions, but I did want to let you know. All right, so we've got this. Hello, Steve. All right, so I'm a new member and I joined and paid about 10 days ago. Is there a way to get my application feedback? Lori, you need to talk with your director consultant. I will say, generally speaking, the no application fee waiver did not start till October 1st. And so applications before that are not eligible for an application fee return. The PayPal is only for renewing members and not new members. Absolutely correct. You just mentioned the 3 free months. Is that regarding membership dues or just the application fee? The 3-month is the Hardship program, which is only available for renewing members who are unable to renew due to a financial hardship. PayPal credit is not an option for new members. We will, can we get a copy of the Zoom meeting, the recording? I will do my best to, and I will enlist help to figure out how to get that recording, and Steve, make that available to you, because that is outside my scope of
We can definitely make that happen.
All right, thank you, Steve. Are there any upcoming support webinars for the Contact Sphere Challenge? Yeah, you want to make sure that you jump on the webinars that Michelle Klein is holding. I believe they're Tuesdays at 2 p.m. You do look on your regional calendar. You can register for them there, and you'll get the reminders for them, and make sure that you're on her list for all of the amazing support information that she will send out. Is this worth one CEU? Yes, feel free to take one CEU, absolutely. And we appreciate you for joining with us today. How do I find the regional event calendar to find the regional and national speed networking events? Perfect. So again, you're going to need to go to your regional website. So www.bni, whatever the name of your region is.com is generally the regional website. And then when you get on there, you're going to see towards the top on the right-hand side, there's going to be a link for events. If you choose that link, it'll take you to your calendar. It is set up by the month, and you can look each month for which events are available to you. Has the email template to invite a visitor changed to include the chapter Zoom link? So actually that's something that has just been updated in the system. And so all of the new leadership teams will be working on including their Zoom link so that that email does include the chapter Zoom link. So it is in process. It's certainly not at 100% yet, but we are starting to make that available. Can we have your email address, please? Absolutely. So my email address is just harmonywidman@bni.com. All right, you can have one CEU for attending today, so thank you so much for attending. I missed the answer to when we can meet face-to-face again. I don't have a final response for you. I can tell you that right now, nobody in the U.S. Corps has been approved to meet face-to-face. I know that our global leadership team continues to evaluate the situation, but we have not been approved yet. As soon as we are, or any part of the U.S. Corps is approved, I will be working with those regions, but we are not at that point yet. Where can I find the link for the restart engagement? So I will, let me see if I can go back to it here in case anybody is still on. And I'll put it back up. Otherwise, it'll be in these slides. You can also get it from your regional director. And so there is the QR code. You've already, from Dan, he's already invited a nonprofit to the weekly meeting. All right, fantastic, Dan, good job. I love that. Givers gain and leading by example. Is there a list of current chapters in the Delaware Valley regions with their day and time of the meeting so I can see where to visit and bring potential members whose categories are already filled in our chapter? Gloria, great question. So on the regional websites, you should be able to look up which chapters are, you can choose a chapter, see who's in each chapter. There's not necessarily a report you can print for open categories, but you can look at each chapter and see when they meet, and how many members they have and who each of those members are on your regional website. All right, I am FYI. So somebody said they reached out to the president of their chamber to visit, and she indicated that being a part of BNI would be a conflict of interest, and she can only refer those who are chamber members. And so that may be true of some chambers. It's not true of all of them. We have some of them in chapters, so I would continue to look for different chambers. The other thing you can do is, if you look up the 501c3 and 501c6, it is more than just chambers. It's also professional associations, trade associations. So there are lots of different types of groups that fall into those categories. So as you're looking, feel free to look those up so that you can see that as well. Ken's asking to elaborate on the last two questions contained in the form accessed by the QR code. Ken, I don't know necessarily what those last two questions are, so feel free to reach out to your director consultant, and they can certainly support you with that. If they're not able to, then again, my email is just harmonywidman@bni.com, and I will do my best. I don't have the form up in front of me, and unfortunately, I'm sorry, I don't remember the last two questions. All right, so the questions are slowing down. I know I have not answered everything, but I've done the best I can to get through as many questions as possible. So again, I've given you guys my email address. It's in the chat. Steve put it in. Thank you so much, Steve. Feel free to use it. I appreciate all of your time. I appreciate the support that you're giving to your chapters. And we are all going to work together here over this last quarter to really ensure that we are helping each and every business in each and every one of our communities be successful. So thank you for all that you do, and have a wonderful rest of your day.